I see you.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hey.
We're doing our wrap up. We've already been talking about it, but we'll give you the rundown too. So we had a great night. Great
Yes,
night.
we did. Yes, we did. Very interesting down in the basement again.
Yeah.
Getting more and more of the down story, or should we say the back story on this house and the energies that were here. Getting energies that are not just affiliated with the house, which is kind of interesting. But
Right, we now have I'm trying to do the background research on it. The last 2 weeks we've talked with George, who says he was a slave and he was part of the Underground Railroad network. So I'm trying to see what I can find. But we had a gentleman talk to him tonight in the vault. And
always in the basement, though.
always in the basement. Last week it was in
Interesting.
Alita's.
It was in the basement, though. I mean,
Yeah.
the vault and because they're all right
There.
right there.
Talked about the secret room.
Yeah.
So
That came up, or y'all
Yeah.
y'all mentioned it?
we mentioned it. We asked
Oh,
if
okay.
he knew about the secret room, and he lit it up.
Wow.
So yeah, that was pretty interesting down there.
And the little
Different energy.
girl, a little girl came up downstairs. I mean,
Yes.
there's been lingering of it, but
Yeah, she was playing hide and seek with a younger. Well, I think he was probably 17 or 18, but he was a teenage boy. She was playing hide and seek. He chased her all over the basement.
Wow.
And then he sat down with the pendulum board and had probably a 30-minute conversation asking her stuff. And she said she was the daughter of one of the servants that was from England, and they came over on a boat. Didn't get a name yet, but maybe she'll pop up next week.
Yeah.
he did say, actually, it's kind of funny because the little girl came up in both of the groups.
Right.
when we did that.
She did show up.
And she asked if she could play or talk, and she asked her mother.
Yeah.
It came up on the ghost box there, and for whatever reason, though, she was suppressed. it
Yeah.
seemed like.
With the second group. She was able to play with the first group. Second group, she was shut down.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
But we did have, Jake was back.
Yeah.
That's been an energy that we had no idea. I don't really have a lot of record about him, but he definitely seems to come through. It's come through so much that we've had some people come back that have been on the event to come back to try to connect with him. Something about that energy with Jake, though, he really draws people. If you connect with that energy, it's like the ladies
Right.
tonight, they connected with Jake. And they had just like, they wanted to go back in there, you know,
Right.
after we did our wrap up. Tommy, and then they came back, you know, or it's like, the other group, they came back. So something about that.
I've not had an interaction with Jake yet.
And his name even came up when we were talking about it.
Yeah,
It came up
that
on the
did.
thing tonight
It
too.
came up.
So
Yeah.
something's about it. Ever since they put that mirror in there, of course, mirrors could be portals. It was a little draining tonight, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had moments of like just feeling, oh, in my ear. I had the weirdest thing down in the basement when we were sitting at the table.
Mhm.
I had to stop for a minute because I had this, what is it, tendonitis thing? No, when you have your ringing in your ear.
Oh yeah. Tinnitus.
Tinnitus. But yeah, so I had a very sharp, like a pain in my ear, and it was like ringing. And then it went away, and it was my left side. So usually that's your spirit side, which is kind of funny because I was like dialing up on the board there, seeing if we could get anything. We did get Henry. Henry was here tonight.
Played music again.
When you played the music, and he said, didn't he say like, let's dance or something like
Yeah,
that?
he was
Spelled it out.
talking, dancing again.
I think I got Hunter at least once on my equipment up here, but just once, not a couple of times like I'm used to seeing.
Right.
So
He's definitely around. I wonder why he's here. He's probably, he lived here the least amount. He was only here for like a year, but he did get married in this house.
That may be the attachment.
And he died in this house.
yeah, definitely.
And the house carries his name.
Yeah.
Not
It's
funny.
3
I
big
hang out here
pictures.
too.
You put the folks into the Harper-Fowlkes.
One of the ladies tonight asked, she was using, a lot of people downloaded the app tonight that we've been using just to check it out.
Yeah.
And she asked, she goes, how much, she didn't say how much faith, but she asked, how much do we actually put into these apps?
Mhm.
And I told her, I said, well, when we first started using them, we were using them because it was something different. It was a new way of communicating. It gave us another piece of equipment to kind of use. I said, but as time has gone on, we've actually had some things come up that correspond with historical things that are attached to this house. I mentioned Hunter, and I said that, that name literally would come up, well, almost every week. And we had one of the caretakers that does the tours during the day take the event in the evening, and she asked how many times it came up. And then when we told her, she said, well, that's interesting because that was the name of, the husband
Right.
of the owner.
His husband.
So I was like, that adds definitely some validity to that.
Oh, just like last week when we were talking to George in Alita's office.
Mhm.
Tammy was using the pendulum board. I had my phone with the app going, and we had a K2.
Mhm.
And all three were syncing up
Yeah, that's
with the questions. And that's
something-
what's cool.
That's something that's been happening recently that I have not seen happen before. Normally, you get one that's doing one thing and another's doing something completely different. But to actually see those things sync up
Yeah.
is,
And create sentences.
yeah. That's pretty strange.
Pretty good. It's definitely coming alive.
Yeah.
It's just interesting too that, I wonder, I can't help but wonder, like, is it a portal? Are we in some kind of vortex? Because we're getting energies and histories that,
Don't coincide with.
right, well, Alice came up again. Alice came
Right.
up before. If you've watched us do our wrap-ups, this is not the first time that Alice has come up. And it was pretty accurately talking about Alice Bradley. Because it said that she was hung, Alice,
Yeah.
It's gotta be something
yeah.
pulling all these different, because
That's-
we're getting different energies not related to the house.
Yeah.
The one gentleman in the red shirt this evening was asking about that sound that we keep hearing up here. Sounds like somebody doing construction. He's like, y'all get that often? I said,
You talking about the bumping?
yeah.
That window sounded
It's
like,
right in this-
when we got loud in here for a minute, that window was just.
Oh, it made
Yeah.
me jump. I was in that chair.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
jumped because I thought it was falling.
right?
But he was picking up on it before we all got in here, and I was like, yeah, that is something we're still trying to work on that, because I don't think there's any holes in any of the windows, at least not that I've seen.
That thing's nailed to the window.
Yeah.
It's not gonna vibrate.
But it's
There's
still
no wind out
doing
there.
something.
Right,
It's summer in Savannah, there is no wind.
right.
And then he was asking about up in the attic, and I was like, well, attic is crawl space about like that with a bunch of insulation and stuff. You have to, pipes and things.
It literally sounds like something's coming into that corner.
Yeah, yeah,
That could be related to the portal.
Maybe. I
yeah.
don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way the house was built,
I don't know, but it's,
but Alice was about 100 years before
yeah.
the building, which, maybe she ran through this area, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of close, it would be over, right
Mm.
square is like
It's
over.
not too far.
No.
It's walking distance.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they say that anything, what do you call it, south, or I guess it would be west from the city, west would be that way. I'm thinking east, but
Mm.
I'll maybe turn around.
It's easy to turn around in here because
Yeah, it would be the south, going south from the city, which is weird, because when you look at the map, it looks like it's going from the east to the west, but it is going a little bit to the south. From the right square, going south,
Yeah.
it's a cemetery, so.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know, but definitely never the same experience twice, I don't think.
Right.
Not so far, it hasn't been.
Yeah.
No, we
And,
definitely had a lot of repeat energies like the George and the to Jake.
Yeah.
Jake's name coming up this time was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think
especially
it came up before, but I mean, to come up like.
As we were talking, yeah.
Yeah.
it's like,
So
oh
there's
yeah, I'm
something-
here.
Yeah, there's something definitely going on there.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are interested and want to see it or experience it, definitely come out on a Friday night. It is getting more interactive as as time goes on, and the more that it gets familiar with your energy, the more it seems to interact with you. It seems like.
Yeah, it does.
So we've had some people come back, and hopefully, if you come out and enjoy it, you'll come back with them.
Right. Never staged,
No.
never put on for you. Every event is uniquely yours for the night. And we like to share things that have happened in the past, but, you know, from the events, but, you know, we really like to have that hands-on experience. It's really quite amazing. It's really unfolding to be very unique.
So
You gotta come check it out.
yeah,
Check
come
it out.
see us.
investigate it. Yeah, and we'll see you maybe next Friday.
Right, we'll see
Maybe
you.
so.
Night.
Bye.